News 5 is always investigating, and for months we've been following the shortages at the shelters for families in crisis.
Cleveland's family shelters are full, so the city mission operates an emergency overflow shelter. That shelter opened in September of 2016, providing 71 beds that month. Last month, that jumped to more than 900. Good Morning Cleveland anchor Katie Houston first brought you that story this summer, and tonight explains what's being done to help women and children in crisis.
Sadly, the need has not diminished. For 13 months, women and their children, including babies, have been sleeping on this gym floor, dozens at a time. They wait for weeks, hoping a bed or room will open up at one of Cleveland's 4 family shelters.
Never. I would have never thought that I would be in the place that I'm in right now.
LaShonda Jones has 3 children. She's been here for a week. Every woman's story is unique, but so many tell me they simply have no safety net.
I want to cry like every day, all day, but I have to be strong for my children.
The city mission opened this emergency overflow shelter so the families would at least have a safe place to sleep. But the shelter is only open at night, and they have to leave during the day.
This is not an acceptable solution. If this is the solution, and maybe this is the solution, then let's make some different accommodations for them so that at least they're being treated in a way that provides some dignity.
Here's how the system works. The Cleveland-Cuyahoga County Office of Homeless Services uses an organization called Frontline to operate coordinated intake, which serves the newly homeless. Mothers check in here daily to get their name on a wait list for one of the family shelters. There is limited overflow at those shelters, but for the past year, it hasn't been enough. That's why the city mission opened its gym. Starting this week, a welcomed improvement. The mothers at the emergency overflow will now have access to a case manager. Frontline says it has reassigned staff and is hiring an additional employee to begin connecting the women to services.
Somebody needs to react and respond to what I'm saying is happening in our gym. And what are you going to do about that? No one has talked to me about that yet.
Everybody in this system is working really hard so that that length of time, if they're in overflow, is as short as possible.
Ruth Gillette is the manager of the Office of Homeless Services. She tells me they never turn anyone away and are working to find a place other than the gym floor for the families to stay while they're waiting for a bed to open up.
We're trying to find another partner that has a better facility, a more comfortable facility for those families.
She wouldn't say where or when it may open. The county is depending in part on rapid rehousing to decrease the shelter population. It's a HUD program that provides a family in shelter with a security deposit and 4 months rent for a unit inspected to meet federal standards. Gillette says additional rent subsidies are available after the 4 months if needed.
So the goal is to not have families come back into shelter.
The demand for affordable housing here is great. According to the Cuyahoga Metropolitan Housing Authority, there are more than 20,000 people currently on the wait list for public housing in the county. Some will wait for years. There's also the Housing Choice Voucher Program, formerly known as Section 8. 51,000 people applied for 10,000 spots when the lottery last opened in 2015. It'll open again early next year.
What size diapers does he wear?
Back at the emergency overflow shelter, an army of Clevelanders is rising up, donating time and goods to help the families in crisis.
I need to give back, give my time. That's what I can offer now.
Tanya Watts volunteers a few hours a night once a week. As a mom herself, she says she felt compelled to be here.
Every time I talk about this to somebody, they all say the same thing. We had no idea this is going on in Cleveland. And you know what else they say? We cannot believe it.
In Cleveland, Katie Houston, News 5.
The city mission will host a community meeting this Saturday, and for information on how you can help the mothers and children, check out the News 5 app.